So tomorrow's the release date for Atomic Heart. All the reviews came out today, and it seems kind of like a mixed bag, but overall there are some really good reviews, and the game from those really good reviews sounds like it will be one that for people who are interested in the game and for people who can get past some small things that are wrong with it will probably really enjoy it. Right now it's sitting at a 75 or 59% recommended on OpenCritic, and we have the review thread here on Reddit. So let's just go through, let's read some of the quotes that are coming out from this game, because it's one of those games, it's another one that's in the controversy stuff that, again, people trying to bring politics into gaming, which is very annoying. They did it with Hogwarts Legacy, it didn't work. They're trying to do it again here with Atomic Heart. I don't think it's going to work, but Atomic Heart has much less IP recognition, so there is a chance that this game won't do as well if media tries to destroy it, because again, it's not as big as something like Harry Potter, where no matter what people try to do, people are going to know what Harry Potter is, but a lot of people won't know what Atomic Heart is unless it is shown off, unless people talk about it, unless people are playing it. So reviews are going to have a big effect on it. Reviews are going to definitely sway people from not playing it, and then, or it may sway people to jump in. So we have ACG, which I think is the best reviewer in the business by far, and he says Atomic Heart has its issues, but it's also interesting, quirky, and in the very end fun to explore, and he rated it a buy. So if you're somebody who follows ACG, definitely go watch his review, and I think it'll be something that you will want to pick up and play, either buying it or playing it in Game Pass. And that's the thing, this is a huge game into Game Pass that is out tomorrow, and it's just another massive release in the first 2 months of 2023, which has been just insane with the things that have been coming out. Again, it's probably gonna go in my backlog, but I will be jumping in and playing it. And then we have Ulchar saying Atomic Heart may be summarized in a single statement as a game with amazing ideas but lousy execution. I cannot say that Atomic Heart is a bad game, it's just that I expected a lot more from it, and as a result I got disappointed. Attack of the Fanboy: while Atomic Heart brings nothing new to the table, it brings flair to the concepts it borrows from games before it, making for a fun experience that will have your heart pumping, funny, bone aching, and brain working overtime. So some of the things that I've seen is it does kind of remind me of like the BioShock stuff, has puzzles in it, has some different styles of cool combat with like different abilities of lifting and throwing characters, and then you have your first person shooting, and then you also have melee. And from what I've read and from what I've seen, some of the melee may not be the best, but it still has a nice mixture of combat, and throwing all that stuff together will be a fun time from what I've seen from these videos, but again, I haven't played yet. Then we have Oz Gamers: things go horribly wrong and fall apart, 5.8 out of 10. And this is what I mean, like some of the reviews that are all over the place. You have a 5.8 out of 10, right under that you have an 8 out of 10. You have a buy from ACG, you got an 8.4 out of 10 here. I think IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. So even some of the bigger websites are giving good scores, other ones giving it bad scores. You have Games Radar Plus saying Atomic Heart is a messy video game with big ideas and a desperate need for refinement. 95 out of 100 here from Gaming Trend. And here's IGN's 8 out of 10. Atomic Heart is a highly imaginative, Adam Punk inspired attempt at picking up where the likes of BioShock left off, that makes missteps, but definitely has the ticker to punch well above its weight. One of the things, this is the first game from Mundfish, and it's a small developer, and this is definitely an ambitious game that they are trying to create here. So having these review scores all over the place isn't that surprising, but I think for a lot of people who will be patient with some of the missteps of it, they'll probably find a lot of enjoyment in this game. We have Noisy Pixel: Mundfish has managed to capture the thrill of over-the-top action, taking full advantage of Atomic Heart's 1950 setting and insane narrative. Every moment of gameplay is packed with tense combat against haywire animatronics. Still, all the heavy metal shredding in the world isn't enough to save the experience from its extremely poor user interface design and lack of basic accessibility features. One of the things is that there's also, I believe, a 21 gigabyte day one update. So if you're jumping in right now, you'll probably get that update, which may take advantage or take away a lot of these things that are plaguing the game. And there definitely are some graphical issues between the PC and the console version. I think the Series S isn't running as well as it should be, and I think that stuff will take a bit of time to get up and running and fix. But I mean, that's always happening with a lot of these games that are release dates. Unfortunate, but it's just the way that it goes. So overall, Atomic Heart, a big Game Pass release, getting, I would say, mixed reviews, but I would say more positive, overall positive reviews compared to the negative reviews. And one of the biggest releases, I think, in 2023, one of the biggest Game Pass launches in 2023, with just so many other things coming out. This is something that will definitely hold people over for a while. And it's also released kind of in a tough area because you have people still playing Hogwarts Legacy. It's been, what, 10 days since it released? So it's gonna be interesting to see how this does, how many people play it on Game Pass, and how it does in terms of sales, and how many people are going to continue to cover this game going forward, with obviously the controversy surrounding it. Now, there was also a tweet I want to talk about before ending this video, and this is from Adam Brommel, who is a game dev since 2004, and I believe so works at and co-found SesDev. So SesDev is System Era Softworks, created Astroneer, which is a pretty cool game. And he's commenting on Game Pass. As we know, last week Game Pass was in the news. People were saying that it hurt games. Others were saying that's absurd, it helps games. And we saw the stuff from the Descenders developer, Mike Rose, saying how much Game Pass actually helped the Descenders, how their sales went up after that. We have another example here from Adam saying, in 2022, we published an article to the Medium that outlines Astroneer by the numbers. In it, we show that at that time, we had over 8 million players of the game, and 68% of them came from Xbox, which the majority are from Game Pass, which Microsoft pays us to be a part of. By the way, we've since passed 11 million players, and Game Pass is still going strong. Our company is just shy of 50 people, and in the time we've been out, including on Game Pass, we've operated nearly entirely in the black. Absolutely no regrets to have been a part of it. Then he goes on here and says, I feel Pay Us is too nuanced for Twitter, and I regret using it to define the benefit and potential security that comes with joining something like Game Pass. Every dev story is different in that those benefits are to them and goes way beyond whatever is inferred about cash. So at the end of the day, this is another example of how much Game Pass helps some of these developers. This is a 50-person development team for a game that probably wouldn't have been nearly as discovered if it wasn't hadn't gone into Game Pass. They probably wouldn't be operating as much in the black as they were because of the money that they have received from Game Pass. Takes away a lot of stress, takes away a lot of pressure of the marketing and the development costs that go into these titles of games. And at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you look at Game Pass, whether you say these are smaller games, these are indie games, and you don't care about those games, that's just your personal opinion on that. What Game Pass is doing, as it is clearly showing, it's helping just more games, more creative games, different ideas, games that would have never really made it if it wasn't for the service get out there, which at the end of the day is going to bring us more games, more variety, and not just be held to the big AAA standard of stuff. So if you're somebody who likes looking at different styles of games, playing different stuff, Game Pass is going to really help push that industry forward. And at the same time, it's going to help with AAA games too, and revitalize AAA games like Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy when that got thrown in there. You had Outriders that when that launched went into Game Pass, probably helped it a lot. You have MLB The Show, another huge AAA game coming into Game Pass. So it does everything. And I think at the end of the day, no matter what the arguments are from one side or the other, we're seeing lots of good examples of the positive effect that Game Pass has on the gaming industry. But I'm gonna leave that there, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Game Pass stuff, as well as the Atomic Heart reviews. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye.